Okay. All right. How y'all doing today, man? Hope y'all doing good, staying well, staying healthy, all that great stuff, man. And listen, today, first of all, happy Friday to all y'all. Today's gonna be a chill day, you know what I'm saying? Usually I be real energetic, but today I feel like we gonna be on a chill vibe, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna vibe out, chillax, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So you got snacks, drinks, go ahead and get that, man. We gonna be chillaxing this vid, man. You know, we got another Larry Legend. I know, man. I know. Y'all probably like, damn, man, you back to back to back. I know, man. I know. We gotta show love, man. You know we rockin' Larry Bird on this channel, man. You know that, man. You know that, man. And y'all love Larry Bird too, man. So, of course, we're gonna have more Michael Jordan coming up. We're gonna have my mother coming up back on the channel next week. So, we got some bangers for y'all, man. We got some bangers, so stay tuned. You subscribe. If you're not subscribed, man, I'm just letting you know. If you don't wanna miss out, it'd be best to subscribe, hit them post notifications so that way you'll be notified. But if you don't want to, I fully understand, man. Now, I'm not fully sure if I'm gonna do this, but it's up to y'all. If y'all want me to react to Larry Bird 50 greatest moments, it's a long video, Larry Bird 50 greatest moments. If this video can get 200 likes, 200, I'll react to it, man. But yeah, it's up to y'all. So 200 likes and I'll make it happen. So yeah, this video, we have another video from Young Gala, man. Shout out YG, man. You know, for some odd reason, I did not react to this video. I missed this one. I didn't see this one. And this joint got like how many views? This joint got like 3.2 million views. I don't even know. I didn't even know, bro. I didn't even know. So we seen a lot of NBA legends talk about Larry Bird. And I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss any story, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't miss anything. So we're going to see if there's any stories that we don't know about in this video. And yeah, original link will be in the description for those who are interested. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, man.
Hey man, it's your boy YG, aka Young Gala, and Larry Bird is one of those guys we have to put respect on because he was cooking your favorite player in the 80s. And what made him so special is that he can shoot lights out and his IQ was off the charts. That's what really made him unguardable. And the cherry on top of all of that is that he will talk a whole lot of trash. And it was so disrespectful. I'm not gonna say anything because the NBA legend's gonna talk.
Hold on, something just paused.
Because the NBA legend's gonna talk about it, but Larry Bird was so good that he scored 47 points with his left hand. It was getting too easy for him in his prime. And I hate how people don't think Larry Legend won't survive in today's league just because he wasn't the most athletic. But that doesn't make any sense because there's players like Luka Doncic who are unathletic but skilled. If anything, Larry Bird will excel in this league. Just his shooting alone will make him a threat. This is an all-time great we're talking about here. Legends will find any way to dominate the game. So anyways, man, we're gonna listen to NBA legends and players talk about how scary good prime Larry Bird was. But before we get straight into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the vid, man.
Enjoy yourself, dog. You bitch, fuck you. Y'all gave us the run for our money.
I remember that.
All right, take care.
The Last Dance.
One of the greatest players to ever play this game. A kid from French Lick, you know, Boston, and one of the few guys that ever be in a three-point contest and shoot with a warm-up shirt on. And you know, but just as like he played till he couldn't play no more. Obviously, we know that he just played till he literally couldn't play the game no more. He gave everything he had, and for young guys that don't know him, you know, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter, but he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds. He defended, he took charges, and you know, he's a straight-up complete basketball player. And me as a small forward, you know, Scotty, Bird, Doc, you know, George Gervin, so guys that I kind of looked up to being a small forward. You know, and they kind of set the precedence of what it is to, you know, go out there as a professional and give it all. So, you know, I've always been a big fan of Larry Bird, and you know, if I'm linked with any other greats, especially like him, it's pretty cool.
Magic.
That's what's up.
James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, Kareem Abdul, all the Laker greats. I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
You know, kind of complimented Larry in the past. Is that kind of a cool thing?
Hell yeah! Somebody text me after the game.
I've probably never seen this one
showed
before.
me,
I've seen the last three, but I haven't
screenshot.
seen this one.
Giddy like a little kid. I mean, grew up watching Larry Bird, and well, not really. He's older, but you grew up kind of knowing the legend of Larry Legend, and you know, so to be amongst the greats. That's all you really want to do. That's a great accomplishment, but I keep going. Just a love for the game and love for practice and love for shooting. I think that we're similar in those areas, but he allowed players like myself to kind of dream big and think big at that position and do things that traditional small forwards, I guess, or big men weren't doing, and he's one of the first guys you've seen.
Patterned my game, who I wanted to be like, who I wanted to play like after Larry Bird, so I was torn. So I love them both, and to have a chance to play against Larry early on in my career and then kind of be under his leadership when he took over as head coach, it was a thrill for me because that was, you know, one of the players that, you know, I really idolized and patterned my game after.
What Larry was able to do on and off the court, it just it defied description, and it was very much like being on tour with the Grateful Dead, in that you never knew what was going to happen. You knew it was going to be fun. You knew it was going to be great. You knew it was going to be dynamic. You knew it was going to be explosive, but you could never say, that's what's going to happen.
I think his first 8 or 10 points were left-handed. And at that point, McHale was still coming off the bench. And so Larry scores his 6th point on some kind of left-handed shot.
Bird against Kersey.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
Haynes for Bird, another three-point try.
Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one. I think it went right down the wire, and we might have won by 1 point.
Beat you right there. You got to keep them under control. They don't.
I went to shake his hand. He wouldn't shake my hand. And I remember saying to myself, well, maybe he's just getting into the game. And I remember the first play of the game, he said, you don't even belong in this league, Holmes. And he shoots a three. I'm like, I wasn't mad he made the three. I said, did he just call me Holmes? You know, but I remember after the first time, you know, I made a great play against him. I remember him saying, he said, you know, you got some toughness, man. I like you, but he said, I'm still getting 40 tonight. He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I knew he was a super player before I came into the NBA, but when I had a chance to play against Larry Bird, and I can count on one hand the type of guys like him that you had to be totally focused in on. If you didn't, he would embarrass you.
Bird 6.
Okay.
Bird.
I've seen this one too. If y'all don't see much of a reaction on me, because I've seen most of these stories other than KD's.
With the Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Bad Boys present. 3 straight MVPs. MVP.
So you would say that was the baddest white boy ever?
No question. It's not even yes. No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Bird night.
I had the Bird night. Yeah, that was a tough night, man.
And he would tell you to play and catch it over there and shoot it.
Larry Bird, he was not a nice guy.
He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man, but fun.
And they called a timeout, and he turned around and looked at me and said, I'm going to score right here on you.
And he came back out and hit about 10 in a row on me, and the last one was left-handed, and he asked me if my mother was watching.
Oh my gosh, I never seen that one before. That's crazy.
Where you want this one from?
He asked if his mom's.
He just made one after another. When he got to about the 55th point,
that's crazy.
You knew it was something special. Even as a player, that usually doesn't happen. But we're down so much at the time. You had time to realize the game.
We're on the free throw line.
That's so disrespectful to ask, bro. Your mom's watching. That's crazy, bro. What? Larry Savage.
That's a tough feeling.
That's savage.
That was the one game that I think he tortured Dominique. He saw Dominique as up-and-coming player, and he just tortured him mentally. That game, he tortured all of them.
I mean, it was mind-blowing.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer.
No way.
Yeah, and so it was a bad night.
And it's going to be a 3, and it's going to be awful decent. Then he said, "Who wants it?" And I think Ricky Brown, I'm not for sure who it was, ran out after him. And he shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was
so
it was the greatest film session ever, because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept, not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls
Imagine
off
that,
the
man.
bench.
Your opponents rewatching your highlights in a film session.
Entertained by this. Even the guys on the Atlanta.
You gotta be cold for real for that to happen. For real.
Watch this. Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench. You see Scotty Hastings put them. When you get now watch Cliff Levingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
And our film session.
That'd be the funniest thing when an opponent make a face when they admit it's a great highlight. It'd be funny to watch. No cap.
Who's playing? Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I was so bad.
Yeah, when you walked in and asked who was going to get second place in the three-point contest, when you walked in there, what were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys like you always did with everybody?
I didn't. I had no clue. I never really practiced. Me and Danny used to shoot some before we went out there. Everybody's sitting there. Everybody's real quiet. You really didn't. You knew the guys, but you never were around them.
Three-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, "I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this." Excuse me?
There was one game in Cleveland.
In Cleveland. And he told me where he was going and where he was going to shoot.
Nah, I won't hear about it.
Okay.
I won't hear about it.
It was 91-92 season.
Okay, never seen
and
this
we was
before.
playing the Boston Celtics. It was Bird, McHale, Parrish, the great three, Ainge, and we was up 1. Okay.
Where he was having a pretty rough first half, and in the old days in Cleveland, you walked off the court the same way at halftime, and I kind of puffed up on him and walked beside him and was like, "Yeah, you're 1 for 10." I was like, "That's defense, And, he just kind of looked at me and said, "There's 2 halves," and he came back out and hit about 10 in a row on me.
And we was up 1. Okay. He said, "Who's guarding me?" As we come out of timeout. Now remember, I'm a rookie because Price is out because he hurt.
Right.
He says, "Who's guarding me?" I says, "Craig Elo." He says, "Why you got that white boy on me?" Don't put no white boy on me.
He said that was the most.
Now remember, Larry Bird is white.
Right.
And the last one was left-handed, and he asked me if my mother was watching.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh
did he?
my God.
Talk trash to everybody.
So that was the full context of
But
it.
didn't he? Did he get to a point where
I
he
think
had
from
respect?
their perspective. I never heard from their
Larry
perspective.
Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, "Larry, what's going on with you?" He says, "You guys are being disrespectful to me." And I says, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You guys are putting a white guy on me." That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on him?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. When he says, "It's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me."
Bird used to tell people, I remember he told me a story about Xavier McDaniel. He said,
The X-Man, yeah.
X, I'm going to get the ball right here. I'm going to shoot a jumper right in your face.
It was a tie game. They had the ball, and DJ was stalling the basketball. And Larry was kind of standing outside behind him, like denying him the ball. And they called a timeout, and he turned around and looked at me and said, "I'm going to score right here on you." And I said, "I know you will. I'll be ready."
Tie game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, "Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way?" That's Larry. And when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
And Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, Ed, and I'm going to shoot it in your face. He hit it and looked at me and he was like, damn, I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock. And shot a shot right in my face. I just looked back and the ball just went in, hit all net, and he said, I told you so. And you know, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. He wanted to shoot it with 0 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
A lot of people don't know this. You probably know this, Dan, but Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. And he told me two things one game. You know, our rotations, double teaming Kevin McHale, always had to rotate to the corner, and Larry Bird was the one shooting. You know, so he shot one, and I mean, I'm trying to block this shot, and he would just tell me, Scott, you're a little too late. You know, a little too late. So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over that corner. He said, they're going to set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out. He said, I'm going to curl right over. And he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, I'm going to go right over to that corner, and I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
to call that stuff out,
DJ.
bro.
Yeah. Take the ball out, the man curl right to the corner, caught the shot,
crazy.
Shot a three, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
That's crazy.
Larry Bird story.
Beyond an acute awareness of his own commercial potential, Bird waged psychological warfare at the drop of a ball.
The 84 Olympic team is playing an exhibition game against a bunch of pros, including Larry Bird, and they were in the warm-ups. And a ball bounced down from the college end of the court to the pro end. And Michael Jordan went down to chase it. The ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands. And Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, you're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are. Larry Bird knows exactly who this guy is and what's going to happen in the next few years. And he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
So guys, hopefully y'all realize how great Larry Bird was, because the man can do it all. He was not only a shooter, he can play, make, rebound, and was an underrated.
That's one of the toughest layups, bro. In my opinion, I miss that layup so much, bro.
So please put respect on Larry.
That's to me top 10
because he inspired
layups
players
all
like
time,
LeBron
bro.
James.
No cap.
So make sure you
That
like,
hang time just
show love to the YG gang, and now I'm out.
It's crazy, bro. Just to sit, bro. He didn't have full control of the ball when he was in the air. Gets the ball back in control and finish on the other side, bro. That, and from that angle too. From that angle, toughest layups, in my opinion. I'm saying that genuinely, like, that was a tough layup, bro. That was a tough layup, for real, for real. Yeah, man. Good video, man. A whole lot of stories because of so many vids of NBA legends talking about Larry Bird that we've reacted before. There were so many stories that, you know, repeated, but there was a couple that I'd never heard before, you know, and a couple of people's perspective on the same story, but from their perspective, I never heard before. So I think the most craziest one is the mother joint, when he said, is your mom watching? He scored 10 in a row on you, 10 times in a row, and the last one was his left hand, and he said, it's your mom watching. That's crazy. You know, shout out Larry Legend, shout out Larry Bird, man. You know, that's gonna be it for today, man. You know, if y'all ready to see bangers next week, bro, we're gonna be, hey, you know what I'm saying? We got some Dominique Wilkins to watch, Michael Jordan, of course. If y'all want to see Larry Bird 50 greatest moments, 200 likes, I'll have that. I'll do that for y'all. We got some bangers, man. Mom's gonna be back on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Not too far away. I'll have my dad on the channel too. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be bangers after bangers after bangers. So y'all don't want to miss that, man. For those who are not subscribed, go ahead and sub up, man, so y'all don't miss any of that. But yeah, You know, hope y'all stay well, stay healthy, stay blessed. Like us very much, man. Peace. I'm out. Woo!